massive earthquake over there in Indonesia. And then you had the tsunami. One news report said the water came in over 500 miles an hour.
Wow.
That's what this report said.
Yeah, that's how fast it travels.
Yeah, came ashore. And, okay, so you had that. Then you had the tsunami, you had the earthquake that flattened a boatload of stuff. Then you had the tsunami come through. Well, now you've got a volcano going off right on top of that. As of 30 hours ago, it had not affected the rescue efforts, but it's not necessarily to affect it, it's the fear factor again. And there it is. Because you got this monster going off, they're trying to get planes in there and get people out. They were showing on last night's news that people were running, chasing planes, trying to get on the cargo planes. They bring in supplies and try to get people out. It's just horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible over there. And this is from CNN News yesterday morning at 9 o'clock. The volcano over there is Mount Soputan, S-O-P-U-T-A-N. And it's just a little ways from this disaster zone. Well, obviously planes can't fly in the ice. So far, at least as of yesterday, it hadn't fouled stuff up. But it's right there. It's blowing, I don't know, 4,000 feet in the air, some weird thing. 4 kilometers, whatever that is. Oh, you know, it's more than that. But anyway, and meanwhile, they got that monster roaring right beside them. They're running out of time. They got a 7-day window to dig people out if they're going to make it. And so they're already pushing 5, today's 6, almost 7 now, their time. Anyway, the local airport's still open, no evacuations. No evacuations have been required because of the volcano. And it hasn't slowed up the rescue efforts yet. But there it is. You had the earthquake, you had the tsunami, now you got the volcano. And I gotta thumb through this, I lost my place here. Okay, oh, come on now, I had this figured out. Anyway, 2.4 million people have been affected by this mess so far. 2.4 million have been affected. 61,000 are homeless. You know, that's like almost 3 Roseburgs. Homeless. They've got 10 kitchens set up over there trying to get people food. And now the question they're wondering, see, another thing had happened too on Friday, last Friday. A separate 6.0 magnitude tremor struck the island of Sumba close to Bali. I mean, these guys are in some hot water, literally. And now the question they're asking, it's almost a chicken and the egg. Did the volcano cause the earthquake, or did the earthquake cause the volcano? That's what the experts are now saying. They're wondering who caused what, because apparently, let me read this so you can get it straight. Because this is kind of interesting. Scientists say that the devastating sequence of natural disasters was the result of a highly unusual series of geological events which may be related to the eruption on Wednesday of the volcano. Did the bulging magma chamber or the volcano trigger the earthquake, or did the earthquake trigger the magma chamber to pass magma to the funnel of the volcano? Okay. It's all beginning to look like a Hollywood movie scenario. A 7.5 earthquake with a mechanism not usually associated with tsunamis triggering a big one, and volcanic activity at a distance from the earthquake far larger than usually expected for causation. So talk about playing fear factor to the max. Here's a good one. They're already getting wiped out. They're starving. There's nothing over there. 61,000 homeless, 2.4 million, 29 countries are dumping in aid. Now you got a volcano over there doing its weird stuff right beside them, and another big tremor.
Where's your God now?
And that's it. I believe Kim was saying most of them are Buddhists.
Yes. Yeah.
And now they're just looking at that going, whoa, this is deep stuff. golly, here you are, right back to what we've been speaking. If you survive this, you get to face this. You survive this, you get to face that. And I mean, that was CNN 30 hours ago. It was the best article I found. That's what I pulled that up. And so,
And all that's in the Bible too.
yeah,
It's all in the Bible.
that's what people don't realize. We're right here on the end. It's really starting to come down. I mean, we're still peaceful here, but we got a river that's...
Oh, that winter.
I was down there the other day on my bicycle. I had to ride to get my pickup truck. And I was down there on the green bridge here, and there was a guy who had a rope over the edge. And I asked him, what are you doing, fishing out the bicycles? And I looked at his jacket, it said USGS on it. He says, no, I'm measuring river flows. And I looked over, and he had this device in the water with a big, huge computer tablet. And he was measuring it. And I said, you realize this river doesn't run, it walks. He kind of chuckled. And anyway, he went back to his business. But I thought it was absolutely amazing because speaking of water in this area, everyone's been expecting rain, rain, rain. They're saying rain for tomorrow. The weather says 80% chance, whatever that looks like. But everybody's thinking it's a big thing. Maybe it is. I don't know. But what was interesting was the weather forecasters, there's a couple on the internet. There's rogueweather.com, there's ryanweather.com. They're locally based out of Medford. And they're independent news organizations. And they got pretty credible stuff when you start reading their stuff. And what was interesting was, I think it was Rogue Weather, they're saying, oh, we're going to have good rain, it's really coming, blah, blah, blah. So it's the other side, blah, 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 it's really coming. And it wasn't but a few hours, all of a sudden, here's this bulletin saying, well, it broke up. A high pressure appeared off Oregon, it's going worse than California. And it did. Eugene was saying, oh, we're going to have this much rain. I was out in it, it barely drizzled. I watched the weather forecast, what they were saying. But here's that high, it just appeared. Here's this high right off Oregon, come out of somewhere. They didn't see it. And they had to backtrack basically. There it was, poof, and it split it. And we're still dry. Yeah, we get a little bit, but it's not enough to get excited about. When you start thinking in the terms of rehydrating a land, refilling a river, restocking, recharging the aquifers, maybe some snow will come, but I don't think we're going that direction. I think we're going a different direction. And I think that's what we personally are looking at. We'll see how it all pans out, but from what I'm seeing it go the other direction. I mean, it's just what you said. It's part of it. And it's not that bad right now unless you're a farmer or something. But I mean, that amazed me. Here I'm riding my bike, just bebopping down the road, and here's USGS floating their little deal in the river, and it was interesting.
You go across the United States and the Carolinas, they're flooding.
Yeah, it's opposite.
Tremendously.
Another hurricane's coming in.
Yes. Tremendously flooding back there,
Yeah.
just wiping them out.
They've never had it so bad.
Flooding in Arizona too.
I forgot. Yes, that tropical storm came up out of Baja, Mexico, that hurricane or whatever it's called. I can't, Rosarita or something it's called. And it went way up to you. I haven't seen the reports about that. I forgot that video, Kim. Maybe we'll dig it up later about the piles of everything on the streets. There's a town in South Carolina, and they have really good footage of a boatload of streets. All these big houses are there, and they piled everything out on the front curb, just mountains of everything out of their houses.
Did you send that to me on Messenger?
Yes.
I could probably find it.
All their furniture, I mean, they're digging out, I mean, you got water heaters, and I asked my friend in North Carolina, what's the deal? He said, well, they fill up, it ruins the electric. And so house after house after house, and they have drone shots showing it. I mean, you don't know you own so much stuff. Do you pile it in your front yard and wait for it to come and be taken? I mean, all the furniture, refrigerators, washers, dryers, water heaters, insulation, you name it, because, you know, there's water at the top of the windows. And so here's this picture of all these houses down there, just totally devastated. It's going to be forever before you can get back in them, because they got to tear out all the drywall, all the insulation, anything the water touched. And it's just amazing. And it's just house after house after house, block after block after block, street after street down there in this one video. Yes.
Do you want me to go find it real quick?
Yes, please.
Okay.
That's good. And it was